Hello and welcome to another episode of Threat Update. I'm Kilian Englert, and joining me again today is Ryan O'Boyle. Say hi, Ryan.
Hey, Kilian. Thanks again for having me on.
Thanks for coming on the show. Oh boy, it's one of those interesting days, isn't it? Let's talk about some threats. Maybe that'll relax us a little bit. Just yesterday, I was actually reading a really cool blog post that I'm going to throw up on screen here really quick. That we posted about some of the research that our malware team has been doing. Did you get a chance to take a look at this, Ryan?
I did. So the forensics team has been doing a lot of really good work around both the investigation side as well as a lot of security research. It's been really interesting what they've been finding.
Yeah, it's really cool, and some of it was pretty interesting and scary. I mean, I know we've been concerned a lot with some of this stuff with Emotet and Ryuk lately, but it sounds like they're really evolving their game a little bit. In terms of Ryuk, at least, it sounds like the malware group behind it has been incorporating some additional exploits like Zerologon. What's your kind of take in terms of what customers should be looking for, or ways that they can defend themselves, or just things to consider facing these new types of threats?
I thought it was really interesting that in a lot of these instances, it wasn't necessarily so much new pieces of malware, but taking already existing malware frameworks or pieces of malware and either repurposing them or repackaging them with new exploits and new vulnerabilities. I know we talked about this a couple of weeks ago with cyber criminals, but this seems to be another revenue generating opportunity for them. Repurposing, repackaging malware to make it more dangerous and easier to use and quicker as well. The timing is becoming a big factor here.
Sure, and that's a great point. In terms of like timing, the Zerologon could maybe really accelerate some of this process. What are some of the ways that customers can look at, or things that they can do around that? Again, considering that this can move really fast.
So a really valuable thing that we've been seeing is increasing our coverage when it comes to data points. If we think about correlations that we're building and analytics that we're doing, the more data points that we have, the greater volume there. The stronger the correlations are, and the better the threat detection capabilities are. So, pulling in new event streams, pulling in, events from new locations, it's really, really powerful for us and gives us a lot of new capabilities there. So that's been really big from a threat detection and response perspective.
So I bet no one's going to be surprised if we talk about this, but it sounds like defense in depth is really the key to trying to protect organizations. Would you agree?
Definitely.
Pretty controversial statement there, huh? Right?
No, but it's true. I mean, the more layer that we have around the different areas that we're monitoring, the more event streams that we can ingest, the more data that we can pull into the systems, the better protected that we are.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. If anybody's interested in that report, we'll definitely put a link in the description below for this video. We're also, I believe, planning to do a webinar on it in the near future. So we'll make sure to promote that a little bit more as that comes up. We're going to have a roundtable, I believe, with I might be involved in it. Some other people, some maybe even our security engineers in addition, will be involved in that too. So keep an eye out for that on the Varonis events page. I believe they'll have it posted if you want to learn a little bit more about some of that research. So anyway, Ryan, thank you again for joining me today. I think this was really interesting and enlightening. And everybody, thank you for taking a look at the video. If you found it interesting, please maybe consider subscribing or throw us a comment. We got one the other day and it was pretty exciting. Well, anyway, thanks again, Ryan, and we'll talk to you all soon.